real. Yeah. Check it out. Check it.
You did teach and preach, but good governance. You want to see we country advance. You not get party, stand for democracy. You give everybody a chance.
98.1
Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. On news.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
Radio Democracy, supported by Asiwa and powered by Africell.
From we New Englandville studios, good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, na Wednesday, November 13, 2019. We will bring the program come to you this Wednesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salone, member dem na Parliament don't agree for make the 2020 Finance Act turn law Tuesday, November 12 this year. Also, the Minister of Finance, Jacob Jusu Safa, say this act go improve tax revenue. Justice Bintu Al-Hadi don't free the first-time master and registrar at the Salone Judiciary, Stephen Yaya Mansari, because they say the Anti-Corruption Commission prosecution team not been get better evidence for show say it be mixed pan corruption the same way it be the work at the Salone Judiciary. And today inside the program Radio Democracy go look inside the challenge them where they pan press freedom where journalists and they get for do them work. After we CID don't free the editor of the Times newspaper Salone way na Salute Tijan Jallo.
Well, this and other story them, then at the program for you this Wednesday morning, plus Wakabot Safe inside the program. Remember, say they listen to we live on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and powered by Africell. The program na Good Morning Salone. You can send we message on the number 077-981-981. 077-981-981 at the number for send you message. Question, comments on any of the issues them where we they can discuss inside the program this morning. If you they watch we now Facebook page, drop your comment on the issues them where we they talk about.
The first issue they look at in the program this morning are also according to statistics Salone pool show say Kenema, Moyamba, Tsonkoli and Potloko na districts and where they be and development business and Salone. For sake of that, the National Commission for Social Action don't start for implement the Sierra Leone Community Development Project Phase 2. We go develop then district tier quick one. Also the project manager for the Sierra Leone Community Development Project Phase 2, Momo Joanna, say this could cost but $51 million. Usman Kamara gets more on this and gonna report.
The Sierra Leone Community Driven Development Project na project we start inside 2015 as we for get to community them we proper mark. The Sierra Leone Community Driven Development Project Phase 2 where the National Commission for Social Action NACSA don pull nado go benefit 4 districts them across the country we na Kenema, Potloko, Moyamba and Tsonkolili. Abubakari Kokofele, na the commissioner for NACSA, he said this project go help make the country economy grow fast.
The Islamic microfinance component, which is a scheme, it's a new scheme. It expands the fiscal space, and the project injects dollars into we economy, into banking system. But then at community level, they reach out to community people. The whole idea is to support community people for roots them up from the ground of poverty into some elevated area where they're able to boost the household economies, they're able to save for themselves and then grow into what they aspire.
We be the talk. The program manager for the Sierra Leone Community Driven Development Project Phase 2, Momo Joanna, say this project costs over $51 million and at the Islamic Development Bank and the Salone government put this couple together.
Then community then get forget schools then, and we will say schools, they will call them model schools. The health centers therefore be really big, spacious and well equipped. There would be one other interesting component for this project. We get what we call model market. That market day, you get offices, you get people that we train for talk to business people, you get side for go process, you produce agricultural produce there. The project in total money na $51 $1.9 million. Now, the Islamic Development Bank and government of Salone put them money then they together.
Momo Joanna, program manager for the Sierra Leone Community Driven Development Project Phase 2, carry on say, before they pick the different community here for implement this project, they may work with statistics and other organization them for know the community them where they be and development one.
Normally, the way when NACSA they work with other government agencies and even international and non-governmental organizations. The information which determines selection of them place then come from Statistics Sierra Leone, it come from UNDP, then research and survey or surveys then, it come from UNICEF and other very reputable organizations in the country. And then provide the statistics which informs selection of the communities. Then.
That should say the community are one of the poorest communities in the country.
Yes.
Nelson Salia Kone, now the acting manager for Apex Bank Limited. Inside his statement, he assured the commissioner for NACSA, Abu Koko Fele, say, he go give all in support for push this project go before. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Usman Kamara, the reports.
We continue with the program, Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, now the program today, as you heard earlier from one power headline them, we they look inside the challenge them where press freedom, where journalists them forget for do them work, don't they get. And after where CID don't release the editor for the Times newspaper, Salute Janjalo. As we all know, press freedom now one part the them where journalists them don't they push for by way how they don't they ask different governments them for repeal and replace part 5 of the libel law. President Bio in government be make commitment say then go ensure say then replace part 5 of the libel law and them don't they make moves them this BNTM for make sure say this in promise come to pass. Well, this BNTM or don't they see outside journalists them don't they get problem with the law and the criminal investigations department they invite them for go make statements and later they can pass the night na CID. One parent journalist here na Salute Janjalo where na the managing editor for the Times newspaper. For the second term now, it don't sleep na CID. Waiting this mean for press freedom, you go know later on inside the program. Well, na the studio this morning, I want to welcome Thomas Dixon, in a senior editor na Salone Times newspaper. Good morning, Dixon, and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
And also we get Abubakar Joe Sise, we come out from the Strategic Communications Unit under the Ministry of Information and Communication. Good morning, Mr. Sise, and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
All right. I'll start with you, Thomas Dixon, journalist and, of course, the senior editor na the Salone Times newspaper. Press freedom na one way we all as journalists them don't they push for, different governments them don't they come, journalists them still they insist, they ask them for repeal part 5 of the libel law, we for make journalists then get free hands for do their work. First of all, let we start for look at, or let we assess the commitment of President Bio in government for ensure say press freedom in the country and journalists then get free will for do their work.
Thank you very much. I think say President Bio in commitment in terms of comparing him to other presidents with regards to press freedom is unique because as at now, the first president we don't gazette the repeal of the Public Order Act and it didn't gazette now within parliamentary approval, parliamentary discussions. And for me, I think say that a step in the right direction. He also not tapped in a recent United Nations speech at that level and make commitments to the world that he will repeal the criminal libel law. You know, say over the years, we don't get lip service to the repeal of the criminal libel law. The criminal part 5 of 1965, the old 1965 Public Order Act, come as a result of political revenge and so on and so forth with Albert Magai in 1965. And since then, presidents, the way don't pass, they don't they tell we say this law a bad law, we go repeal them. Especially the side we get for those press freedom, we go remove them. But none of them, not don't make the bold step as president, but you don't make for like repeal them, not only for make a policy statement, but for also put in statement into action. Now, as I say, the law they don't gazette them, they wait for parliamentary processes and approval. We hope say parliament go discuss them with all honesty, and then go know say this law they make Sierra Leone they very very backward, and removing this law go make Sierra Leone a very very progressive democracy.
So being as it is, that stage we just explained, so you rightly state say now that stage don't reach for like go na parliament there we go know if they go pass them or not. But looking at the reality na the ground, the promise them where people be don't make before, it really they translate in terms of allowing journalists them forget the free hands for do them work.
Well, lawyer then go tell you say the law is the law until it is repealed. So right now the 1965 Public Order Act still they exist. There are steps where they don't make fundamental steps for repeal this law, and we all the hope say them go repeal this law. Waiting they happen at the ground actually, good for democracy, particularly when journalists are being called. Sometimes the journalists and they arrest them, just go spend 2 days in CID. Sometimes you go to court on a weekend, then send you to Pademba Road. After that, the case done. You know they see them, they continue the matter again. That is how it has been, and it's so sad for Sierra Leone. It's so sad for press freedom in this country. We colleague them out there. We know say we are human beings like any other profession. People they make mistake, but those other profession people they not they term people as criminals. They not they term people as criminals because they make mistake. But in we own profession as salon, we are always being described as criminals. We are always being dragged to CID as criminals. Look at our we colleague recently, Saluti Janjalo, for just trying to clarify an information. He was dragged from Circular Road to CID as if in a criminal.
Let me look at one instance where they try for talk about most journalists them we can get issues with the law, especially with politicians. They wouldn't feel say a particular journalist writes something where okay with, call the criminal investigations department, invite the journalist there for questioning. Most of the time where the people in the come back and go say journalists them in as much as we push for the press freedom, but again we get a responsibility for practice to work professionally and ensure say you not defame anybody. On now this process you make mention of Salty law, just use them now as a case study. Waiting be happen with him and the chief minister, you think say it gets anything for practice your job professionally, or if they try for defame somebody?
Thank you very much. I want for state now say not journalists not they sit down in a newsroom and begin for imagine situations. Journalists would they get tip, would they get lead, where now would they use for investigate. In this case, Salty get tip about an alleged $1.5 million allegation paid into somebody's account, chief minister's account, and Salty starts the process of investigating. In the process of investigating, a text, send an SMS message to the chief minister for let's get the chief minister on your side. Unfortunately for Salty, the chief minister not respond. Then he suddenly see policeman and can arrest him.
They been published the story.
He not published the story. For me, I think now responsible journalism that the responsible journalism what they talk about. Now forget all sides to the story. Anytime we talk about reckless journalism, now where the journalists fail forget every side to the story. But in this case, Salty don't begin the investigation. They want to forget the side of the chief minister. Nobody, when a public servant, let we understand, not they above public scrutiny. Yeah? Not even the president is above public scrutiny. We 1991 Constitution, in Section 5, says sovereignty belongs to Sierra Leoneans. When all government they derive power from. So the people get right for ask questions to them elected officials. So if this issue come up, Salty decide for text the person we involve for clarify. I think say the best the person could have done now for say not to two. This na utter rubbish. Not to two. You can also clarify. Then certain responsibility. Then we go don't get the side of the chief minister and for cost check with the bank, for cost check with the people that we pay, and see how you go build the story. But in this case, you know, happen we see outside Salty they arrest them, where some people they call them saying a preemptive move, preemptive strikes for stop them say not go ahead with the story. I think say very sad, and one go on for interpret them as intimidation to the part of the journalist, and as they continue for say nobody, especially when you're a public servant, not they above public scrutiny.
Right. Thomas Dixon, senior editor na the Salone Times newspaper and self-member na the Guild of Editors. Continue for the weeks na the program at this time na the discussion. I go on for bringing Abubakar Josise, we come out on the Strategic Communications Unit at the Ministry of Information and Communication. You don't listen to waiting Thomas don't say from where we begin the discussion around the issue of press freedom and the case study where we look at now. We are currently we na Salty, we then just 3 years yesterday from the CID. But before we can dwell into the issue of that one day, let we just start for now. How free this government don't allow the media for practice their profession?
The evidence is all over the place. This government no stop no journalists in any way whatsoever for practicing profession. And people in a way feel to say somebody don't libel them, you don't defame them. The law provide clearly for let them seek redress in a court. Then they not get nothing for those governments. As a matter of fact, we don't take concrete steps where incessant don't allude to for ensure say press freedom day. 54-year-old law, all kind of government don't pass and can. They don't make commitment, they don't ever fulfill and for repeal. We don't come in just 18 months. The end of the process for this now for expunge that law there from law books. Then they the clearest indication say this government believes in press freedom. His Excellency President Bureau believes in press freedom. Nobody no go question that one day. And these are commitments he made prior to an election. He talks say one for demonstrates me commitment to press freedom. I go ensure say slash they get subvention so that the media landscape will go. It don't fulfill that one day. For ensure say press freedom in the country, I go make sure say the criminal libel no dey, because that law dey now it don't make the media profession not dey grow in the country. Now it don't make people they shy away from investing in the media profession. We make journalism really not they get value for the effort they put into the work. So because President Bio want for change that narrative, now make in just 18 months, we say others they don't do for years, decades, they not do them. In don't can do them, na man of in war. So the president in government they believe in press freedom, even the chief minister, where they don't defame so, instead believe in press freedom because in one of the champion of this repeal, where would they experience now, right?
Mr. Sise, you say President Bio and in government committed to press freedom, and you make mention of the chief minister where the champion for like government repeal part 5 of the libel law. But we see now an instance usai a journalist send a text message to this chief minister we make mention say na in the champion this particular cause just for clarify a story where he wants for publish. All of a sudden the chief minister call the head of CID and call the head of the Anti-Corruption Commission say na a case of harassment and extortion just because a journalist send you a text message say he wants you for comment na a particular alleged kickback story where they investigate. You think say that particular move they don't show say the chief minister committed to press freedom?
Of course he is. And don't just look at this on the surface allegation. you don't allegedly do so. You don't allegedly do that. Yeah. Now, myself, where she don't know, I don't be journalist for 17 years. A very senior one at that. I don't be editor for 11 years. Salty way they talk so na a friend and brother. I don't know him for over 10 to 15 years. Right? And when we talk about press freedom, right? You get limitation to what you do. You get right for do you work. You get right for investigating, they investigate, but other person himself in your right. People don't build their reputation there for decades, like especially the chief minister. He don't work in the United Kingdom as a very senior academic na Bradford University. He don't go work in a different country them for decades. He don't build in reputation through hard work, through integrity, through moral values.
So in this case,
that kind of man not go just sit down overnight. Somebody just come, he destroy all that day, and that has been the case with sections of the media. Yeah, quite aware of the fact that you get a good number of journalists where they strive towards professionalism. At the same time, you get a handful of them where believe say politicians therefore use them for dent other people their image. Not to that one in our press freedom. You understand? Now, in the case of this issue where they talk about the chief minister. The chief minister, like any other Sierra Leonean, a law-abiding citizen, he get right for use the appropriate channels for seek redress, right? Now you talk about just cross-check with text message. Don't forget that we have the new media when at the social media. Yeah, this thing got to the social media and it not go there as allegation. They spread them all over. This man gets in family.
The social media.
This so-called allegation. This is a well-calculated. I am coming, please.
Mr. Say when it go na the social media, and if you can
but not over the weekend, right throughout the weekend,
for
the
clarity,
social media.
If you can just make reference to the particular article where you say go viral na the social media.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Yeah, over the weekend, me say be the up country. I open my phone. I see it is circulate all over the place. See they don't put $1.5 million into Professor Francis in account na EcoBank. Now, it's very clear. Professor Francis not ever get accounts na EcoBank. The mere fact that you grab, you put text message like that together, say they don't pay you this kind of money into your account. It presuppose say you get confidence in what you get say na fact. You understand me?
So that's an assumption.
Not to me a journalist, not to matter of assumption.
All right. So
when you they ask question for so-called allegation, when you want clear allegation, we get for do somebody in reputation. For let you decide for go ask her, say this is a social allegation, clear it. You or you don't get what you don't get what you believe in saying that too. You understand?
Quickly,
this is the fact.
Them when you
then
make you
when they come out there, it was all over the social media. Right? We know the source of this thing. You know they be journalists and politicians at the same time.
The source of
Waiting?
You say una know the source. Now waiting or that's not the source.
But the source na the man where they report. I mean this thing originated from there is no other way but than denying it. And the chief minister did the right thing. You understand? First of all, you know why he report this? Because people that don't want to plenty turn now, yeah.
All right.
And it demand for be harassment and extortion. And then two things then they get right for reporting to the ACC and the police for investigation. He not tell police for arrest.
So
nobody.
why he not be don't do why not salting in your own he decide for report?
No.
You say not to the first thing happen.
Now individual, you can do me something 10 times. I decide for swear. If I decide say the one will make 11, I don't tire. I can take action.
All right, quickly, when you talk about the issue of press freedom, you make mention of limitation the way journalists are doing work, and also you say they want for defame the chief minister in this case of the case study where we use of Salty. In this case, that text message where Salty sent to the chief minister for make that clarification, they asked say, they do a story outside, then they allege saying that this, I won't forget you side. Also the limitation come in for ask for clarification and self the defame how it come in asking a question for clarification.
I don't say the issue already be done with social media from the same person. You understand?
So you know how we ask the issue.
No, let me come, please. Not to just the mainstream media there. if you not don't publish.
The social media as well, it flame after where the arrest come in, the issue of the arrest.
No. We all dey follow social media. You understand me? You already don't get something there where people don't circulate body man. We get for do the same thing where you dey try for make like for say you dey try for get it. And let just state this very clearly. Let know this whole thing they come out. This whole thing they come out from the fact that Professor Francis Nai head the government transition team. When he come out with his report, it was damning for some people, and then people then they get certain people in the use for get attack. And this not to the first time. It don't be a number of times. You understand me? In this particular instance, now politician then they play this game. Just look at yesterday. Immediately when this issue come up, one politician who all sabi, what did he carry? He became begin to sick. Former Attorney General Joseph Fizia Kamara.
But a lawyer.
I am coming, please. I am coming.
But a lawyer.
I am coming. Waiting at the state na yeah. You na journalist, you na journalist. Draw a line between you as a journalist and you as you get right for support political party if you are, but when you are doing your job, pull the political party interest commodity and do the job professionally. When you allow politicians them for the use you forget at another politician, you are not a journalist.
Continue for the tune at the studio. Just quickly bring Thomas Dixon in the discussion. You don't listen to waiting Josie say. According to Ram, the whole issue of saltine business, waiting make it can become serious. If you don't go on social media, if you don't request from the chief minister, I will not get response yet. But that information, they according to Ram, they don't come on the social media. You buy this particular statement where it makes sense that this not been the root cause.
First of all, this whole issue came about on Monday evening, not to even the weekend, as Josie said they claim. Now on Monday evening it came about when they arrest Salty. It was around 12 to 1. Now in this text message, when we made for understand say Salty was arrested because he texts. Now in some journalists them, some media groups ask, say, well, let's see this text message with Salty text.
Who still send the message?
On not to Salty send them around Monday. When they don't arrest Salty already, they phoned in a CID.
But according to the chief minister in press release, he say he get the message on Friday.
Yes, but the whole thing not ever in a social media.
But you say Salty send the message
on
Monday.
No, I not say Salty send the message on Monday. I say this whole thing not ever day on social media. This thing, like as he said the thing in a social media on the weekend, he done a social media. This thing come up in a social media after the arrest on Monday. When journalists then begin demand for this text message with Salty send, now this text message can see. Okay, how can you refer to text message for clarifying information as extortion and harassment? How the journalist extorts you? How the journalist harass you? It texts you multiple times. This chief minister not even made that clear. How he go tell you say if I not publish this, you forgive me. If you not answer me this, you forgive me money. Extension is very clear. That is a huge allegation against it. The chief minister he said the chief minister don't serve na UK. If I not say in UK politicians, then they answer to questions. And he's a public servant. If you not be one for let they ask and question, if you don't see don't in university where they lecture.
Mr. Sise
but as long as in a public servant,
Mr.
they get for ask and question.
Mr. Sise make one point where he say this whole thing then Sabusai they come out from just because the chief minister na be the head the government transition team we make recommendation for set up the commission of inquiry and he believes say politician and they use journalists them for hit them political opponents them.
Me no want for reach to that. I want for restrict myself to the text message, to the press release, to the intimidation of Salty. I want for whether the chief minister now because of that or not, me no know. Probably in a politician, in a government person, he know more than I do. But he also say this thing don't go on social media before them investigate them. Let people know for all forms of media. They serve as a lead for let journalists investigate. For instance, Radio Democracy. When I go interview somebody and I talk something. Me as a journalist and newspaper, I take them up and follow them and investigate. I go see something on social media where they go around. Me as a journalist, I go follow up. Let's assume say na social media Salty see this thing, assuming without considering. Now Salty responsibility as a journalist for cross-check. And he was in the process of cross-checking this information before they arrest him. It also mention, I don't want to mention about JFK and others. I want to restrict myself purely to the press release from Chief Minister where they say that extortion and harassment we may not see.
All right, continue for the between
the
program.
Thomas I want to let explain more.
Continue for the between the program. Would they come back to you? The time for my studio clock now 1 minute past the hour 8 o'clock. Would they take this commercial break?
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody elect you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office elect you not get the account number. Buy Ed-Salite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Million Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all you supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
The program is still a listen to on our Good Morning Salone where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. In case you get on any concern, question or comments for making the program this morning, send out to 077981981 or drop your message na the Radio Democracy Facebook page. We will continue to look at more issues na the program this morning, and now we're going to Parliament. Also, member of Parliament they don't agree for make the Finance Act 2020 turn law Tuesday, November 12 this year. Also, the act don't give government the power for generate more income for contribute to the country economy and national development, and therefore support the finance for the 2020 budget year. Princess Pierce, now we parliamentary reporter and gonna report.
The issue of taxation at Salone na major concern where people believe say na one of the major reason them we make them there na market, as business people can always refer to the high tax where they can give to governments. But the Finance Act 2020 now one major step where governments plan for take for reduce the challenge here, we make the Minister of Finance, Jacob Josu Safar, don't go lay this act na Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the purpose of the Finance Act 2020 is to support the management of public finance by reducing leakages, enhancing domestic revenue mobilization for financing development, and creating transparency and accountability in economic management. It contains policy measures aimed at 1. Raising revenues, 2. Digitizing tax collection for efficiency in tax administration, 3. Enforcing tax compliance to enhance domestic revenue mobilization, and 4. Creating an investment-friendly environment to support the business growth and development.
This act, according to the minister, gets for looking inside the existing acts them, na different institution them where they collect tax like NRE.
The Finance Act 2020 set out amendment that seek to clarify the definition and provide concessional rate on import duty for raw materials, input and packaging materials for manufacturing. Impose excise duties on imported fruit and vegetable juices to protect our fledgling local industries. Reduce corporate income tax. Amend the business segmentation threshold for the categories of taxpayers. All aviation-related charges, including landing and parking fees, aircraft towing, aircraft cleaning, baggage handling, aircraft security, as well as aircraft fueling. The objective is to reduce costs to spur business growth, boost tourism, and create job opportunities. Provide for an administrative and conventional penalties for customers who fail to request a receipt during purchasing from a GST-registered businesses. The Customs Tariffs Act 1978, the Excise Duty 1982, the Forestry Act 1978, the 1988, the Income Tax Act 2000, Finance Act 2006, Customs Act 2011, Goods and Services Tax Act 2009, Public Procurement Act 2016, Public Financial Management Act 2016, Fiscal Management and Control Act 2017, the Extractive Industries Revenue Act 2018, General Provisions, the National Commission for Privatization Act.
After the minister be don lay this act na Parliament, the Speaker be asked member of Parliament them for debate where this be make the chairman for the Finance Committee na Parliament, Honorable Francis Amarakai Samba been encouraging company member of parliament them for make them pass this act to law, as he say this act dey of national interest.
I want to remind members of parliament and the nation at large that last Friday, the Minister of Finance was here and he read the 2020 budget. A lot of allocations were made to various MDAs. A lot of development projects were outlined. The expenditure normally government does, out of 100%, 75% is from the government of Sierra Leone. The 35% normally is from either donors or bank borrowing. There is no way the government will provide required services for the people if it does not have the required resources. Members of Parliament, honorable members, let's look at the bill and ensure that we do justice to it, but in the interest of the country.
Honorable Daniel Brahma, the member of Parliament for constituency 046, Nakoenadugu district, be support Honorable Kaisamba, but be raise serious concern.
The essence of all finance bills that is tied with the budget is to enable government to raise the needed revenue to fund the budget. No sane member of government, of any political party, of any institution, will stop government from getting money. We cannot. We are here to support government to get money and to get it in a better way. Because certain ways of getting money may do more harm than good. How monies are to be expended are being included in the Finance Act. I see it's strange. I have no reason to oppose. No. So I implore all of us to support this bill and chart a better way so that government will succeed. At the same time, getting those monies will not infringe on the rights of the taxpayers whom we represent.
But according to the Honorable Member of Parliament for constituency 077 Potloko district, Honorable Abdul Kago, been get different view about the acts. We make it say, then for go back and look inside the acts proper one before them pass them to law, because issue been there between the Ministry of Finance and the National Public Procurement Authority.
We have observed for a year that the operation of NPPA, and there is no doubt that all and sundry are very much impressed with what the NPPA have been engaging over the period of time. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it is to my knowledge that NPPA is to do its function congruous with what is expected of World Bank and some international standards. Here we have a ministry amending the laws of a very active and productive institution, an institution that has saved this country millions of dollars. But it's very difficult when they are being controlled externally. This act, if approved, will erode the enormous gain this institution has made over the period of time.
During the term Honorable Abdul Kabo be the talk on this issue, the Speaker, Honorable Dr. Chengno Abbas Bundu, self being get concerned.
Indirectly is informing this House that there is little or no consultation between the Ministry of Finance and certain key bodies that ought to be present. If that is so, that is a very serious indictment. I will allow the debate to proceed until we come to the committee stage. Under my watch as Speaker of this House, things must be done properly. When institutions have been established by way of an act of parliament, I prefer that act of parliament to be brought back to parliament if there is need for an amendment. This indirect way, subterranean way of making amendments
Mr. Speaker,
are really not good for this nation.
After member of parliament them, be don raise the concern them when they get on some particular clause them on this act. Make the Speaker be ask the minister for response to them concern here.
The thing we're doing is our interest of mobilizing that resources for your own benefit, not for the benefit of the Minister of Finance or the financial sector. We have nothing to gain by holding our resources. Absolutely. In the case of the public procurement, this is a very good opportunity to explain some principles to us. We need internal controls. First of all, the Ministry of Finance has the responsibility for fiduciary management. And fiduciary management entails both procurement and how do you call it? Financial management. And for the records, it is not the Ministry of Finance that employed the procurement officers. It is the Public Service Commission, and they are posted by the HRMO. On the fiscal side, we have reduced taxes on raw materials, 5% and other input 5%. It's part of the finance side. We've also removed exempted financial services from GST. All what we are saying is just to raise our revenue figures up. These are government revenue. Okay. As a government, we cannot stifle any organization. And I will assure you, whatever we put here, we mean it. It's not for the interest of judges of us. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I move that the bill entitled Finance Act 2020 be an act to provide for the imposition and alteration of taxes, to give effect to the financial proposals of government, and to provide for the other related matters for the financial 2020 be read the second time.
Honorable members, the question is that the bill entitled the Finance Act 2020 be read the second time. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
After the minister be don respond to the concern them, where the honourable member of parliament them raise for sake of the Finance Act, make the speaker be later commit this act to committee stage. Also, member of parliament them been look inside the act clause by clause and make some amendments them on tax, inflation, fines and other thing them where we make them be later agree and turn this act to law. Where this act go support government for run the financial year for the year 2020. For Radio Democracy, Princess Piasley reports.
We continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We they continue the program, and on the line now we get Salyu Tijanjalo, where are the managing editor for the Times newspaper. Where on Monday police then be go arrest them na house and Krango na the criminal investigation department also is sleep Monday night and spend the whole of yesterday until yesterday evening where them grant and bail. And on the phone now we get Salyu Tijanjalo. Good morning, Salyu, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salone.
Hello. Hello.
Good morning, Salyu, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salone.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning, Salyu.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
I hear you, Salyu. Good morning.
You are there on interview. Hello.
Alright, we dey try forget Salyu Tijanjalo on the phone, the managing editor for the Times newspaper. We dey try forget her on the phone, and we go talk to her shortly. We dey continue the program Good Morning Salone. We dey take. Hello, Salyu. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Alright, we see Usai police be arrest you on Monday and carry go na the criminal investigation department. First start for tell listener them wetin exactly be happen where police then been go na you also and arrest you.
First and foremost, I want to tell you plenty thank you because we want to bring up this thing on the air. It help for raise public attention the way how this thing be happening. I hear my brother just say talk say I been listening 98 this morning. He say maybe not share this thing on social media before ever I send text to the chief minister. I swear to Al Quran, I swear to the God who I pray. I send this message on Thursday last week in the evening. I not ever send on a social media. That's on the first thing. On Thursday in the evening, now I text the chief minister based on an intelligence. It's an investigation being mounted by the Financial Intelligence Unit. At Thursday, I send the text to the Chief Minister. I say, please, sir, I say, as a journalist, I say, I follow up, and if we, the Financial Intelligence Unit, they investigate about you in an account, they discover, see, about $1.5 million, they will share at this account, and they ask some questions in relation to this money. You tell them, say, this money na money they send for you from overseas. I say, and but the financial intelligence, which according to the intelligence, then discover say this money, money then puts my account on diverse dates. So I even ask her the question, say, if you don't ever get an account in EcoBank, I ask her if you don't get her, I say, let it tell me when this account be open. Then I do a follow-up question where I also want to do a follow-up back on an allegation, say, you allegedly received $500,000 from SL Mining. I tell them want to suspend them. You may try for forfeit for them. You allegedly, I use the word allegedly. This is not the only question I sent to the chief minister. I put my name there, put my colleagues the name there. I don't do nothing other than that. After 30 minutes, you know that called me? The anti-corruption commissioner, Francis Ben Kaifala, out of the country. He called me with an unknown number. He called me and I say, is that Tijanjalo? And I say, yes, sir. Now he said, well, chief, tell me about the message you sent to her. He said, whatever evidence you get now you earn, he said, I go let you hand over to the ACC. He said, because if you first come out to the publication, he said the public will see you like say ACC not the fight corruption. Now I tell her, I say, Mr. Commissioner, I say, that's not the way journalists work. I say, the ACC get right for access any document so far, according to the power, because we the act give now. I say, me and what committee do different from the work they do. I say, and besides, I don't give documents to ACC one thing, we get for which corruption, we una fail for prosecuting the person. I say, so I don't trust the ACC again. Now I say, well, you know, aware about the documents we begin. I say, then sign for them, I didn't issue out a letter on that, and I be issue a press release on that. Now I say, no, well, you go and work with me. Now I tell I say, Mr. Commissioner, sir, I don't get time for that. I say, right now, I didn't work at the edit for tomorrow's edition. I cut the call from him.
Before you go further with the explanation, just make clarification in the area of the money them, because
yes,
from the press release where come out from the chief minister, it make mention of $1.5 million where they allege say the SL Mining pay na in EcoBank account, and you make mention of $5 million. What's not the difference between the money there and also then different money there come out where they go na the chief minister in alleged EcoBank account?
I don't understand. Me text what I sent to and not say SL Mining pay $1.5 million in your account. No. Me text what I sent to and say then deposit 1.5 million in your account allegedly on diverse date. The share they don't prove her, then get her. Me text what I sent to her. And then the other text, the same text, I talk about the $500,000 allegedly we say SL Mining, give them as a kickback at the time where the Minister of Mines didn't want to suspend the operation of SL Mining. So immediately for forfeit for them. This is not the question they were asked. But let's tell you now, the chief minister never respond to me. He only respond to the anti-corruption commissioner. I don't explain that side. Okay, me don't forget about that. On Monday in the evening, a guy by the name of Lavali called me, but he not been introduced his name. He called me, I didn't have my office. He said, is that Tijanjalo? Now I say, yes, sir. Now he said, but I get an advert I want for publish tomorrow. He said, now one of your colleagues, give me your number. Now I say, okay, I said, I didn't have my office. Now I direct my office. I said, I don't want to get into Solia Street. Now in this man, he said, okay, in the hill station, in the drive camp. He said, so when he reach, he will call me for locate me office. Okay, we don't talk. So he come, after 20 to 30 minutes, now I come. Yes, when he don't come, he called me at the office. Now direct him, he pack him to Kana Circular Road. He want to come in one other gentleman, then two can at the office. One by one at the office and called Josie and I usher them inside. I made them sit. A gentleman by the name of Babadi Thomas Babadi Bali, been in an office to win a society activist. He won't even walk out, not say no go. I said, sit down. I said, they say they can on business, they can for do advert with me. The man sit down, I talk to where he can on advert. I said, they don't pass 7 o'clock based on that quality on us. He say he can for do advert for publish tomorrow. You sit down, ask well, what the advert? I say, how now like come out? We on the discussion. Now tell me say well, the advert in the motorcar, he left the motorcar na Circular Road. So you know me and him go na the motorcar. They go with the advert. I said, hey, but this man, I don't come out. The man strike me. I said, well, how this man go out advert? You know how the advert there. They say not the advert in the Metuka. So luckily, the organizing section of Slash been there in my office. How about I sing at Jalo? So I go inside. Now tell me in the man say, well, wait me, I take something. I go inside, take me 2 phone there. I come on, I do. Now tell her what I sing at Jalo. I say, sing at I say, 2 gentlemen then come to me. Never sabi them. They never disclose their name to me or their identity. They then tell me, say, they get advert. I said, now they don't count the advert no show. They say the advert, they say the motocar. I said, so please, I only come in here. I don't sabi the people there. I don't know who are the people there. I said, maybe sometime I don't know. I said, so I come in me, why they go through them? You understand? That's not tell Singate do. So we go me and the other guy, when we reach Shakila Road, very close to one white van, another gentleman by the name of Lansana, Inspector Lansana, now later now go know his name. Now he gripped me at the back of the trusses for arrest me. I said, why you grip me so? Now these people all take notice. That's why he grip me so. Now somebody come up from the school. He all gone, he wears the uniform. He said he can scold me shirt. So we ban this fight. Now I said no. I said, well, this is not done. I said, what's in the they can't do me so? I said, when I come for can kidnap me at this time of the night or waiting. I said, when I come for can kidnap me. I said, because you to me, when I know inspiration myself, when I only tell me say when I come for can give me advert for make a publish for on a paper. I said, why when they can't do this kind of embarrassment and harassment?
So Saliu,
people, yes.
Saliu, according to Josie Sewe Komot na the strategic communications unit from the Ministry of Information and Communication, he say some of the allegation there so where you send text across to the chief minister for clarification, it gets some political undertone behind them because the chief minister be the head the government transition team will lead to the commission of inquiry and then believe say politician they use unan journalist them for get back at them political opponent. What do you think of this particular statement from Josie?
It's rather unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate. Josie say when a brother we don't practice his profession, we know what we go through the talk dandy. And let me tell you, this is the usual channel of communication where journalists they work with. Even when 98 one gonna get issue with senior government officials, when they text them, you say they go agree with me, Dandy. The director of communication at State House, when Dr. P.K. Mwana, anytime I get issue on government, I they text them, respond me, and I they use the response. They always tell me, say, use my response for the publication. And this is the usual thing they don't follow. So for let Josie see this Uganda, for try for destroy my own image, it tell you, say, and Josie say, I tell you, is the only person at this government who don't condone the chief minister. Because what in detention, senior members of the SFPP, they all sympathize with the position. The decision was wrong, and the act for going to arrest me under the criminal procedure
give some
act,
of the documents them to them. Apart from the criminal
act.
investigation department where you be don't spend the night and they don't give you bail. You get any other case for answer at the ACC as it is now?
If I get any case for answer at the ACC,
yeah, because you say the head of the ACC call you for give them some of the evidence
there. The ACC, because Kelfala is the blue eye boy of the minister, and if the chief minister directly send Kelfala for call me, what would I expect? When I say tell me, I don't even trust ACC. ACC don't pull in say and they investigate this thing. Kelfala all he want if he media any document whatsoever, he go take and mass them up because chief minister and boss and bra. So me not get any trust in the ACC force in the first place in this issue. But when all those see say this they advantage me, then violate me on human rights, then go against even the Criminal Procedure Act where you even effect an arrest. Because the Criminal Procedure Act they tell you say if you effect an arrest on somebody where their invitation, no warrant, that person for me say he don't commit treason, murder, or larceny. In your case, nothing like that. They go hold me in a net. They rough me, they manhandle me, put me inside the motuka,
Mention of you
They treat me like a
evidence them where
criminal.
you get and you source
They
them
treat me like a
where you
criminal.
say give you the information there, so where you send message to the chief minister for cross check before you publish. How reliable there you source there, and how much you believe the evidence them waiting that you earn now based on your source and
Let
you
me let me let
evidence
me tell
them.
you let me
Now
tell you
to
something.
say the transfer
Let me
they
tell you
make and the
something.
chief
Even
minister
even
this
on
the
an
alleged
98.1,
accounts na the Eco
even on
Bank.
an 98.1, I wanna get in an intelligence or documents for follow on issue. When I just grab here I am, when I cross check. So there is nothing wrong to seek clarification. All I did was to seek clarification from the chief minister. If the chief minister knows he hand them clean, he not be nothing for I. He not be any reason for instruct officers them for go arrest me in the first place. And watching them do me, why are they in detention? The president of SLAD, he go there for see me. They refuse. The second time what they go now 3 minutes allowed to talk to me in the presence of deputy head of CID. Other detainees them family them friends them they go see them. Colleague journalists them go for see me, they refuse them.
Very much. Salute Tijan Jalo, managing editor, Times newspaper. If they clarify some of the issues them were happened yesterday, we make police be arrest and go na the criminal investigations department. The program na Good Morning Salone. It come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM.
We will continue with the program Good Morning Salone, and we will continue for look at the issue we get for do with press freedom, as we dey use Salute Tijanjalo as case study, but press freedom na Salone. And as soon as just listen to that interview there, it make mention of the boss na the Anti-Corruption Commission, when Francis Ben Kelfala. Well, on the line now, while we get some clarifications on this particular issue, we get Mr. Kelfala. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Khadija. How are you?
You just, I don't know if you listen to the interview we just do with Salute Janjalo, and make allegations say you been call regarding this investigation where it do where it send text message to the chief minister. Firstly, confirm
Yes,
to me whether or not
Salute
you been call
Janjalo
Salu.
make statement. Me just think say I need for clarify something. Okay, I know they into the issues between Salu and the chief minister, but me. Now, me they in charge of the fight against corruption in Sierra Leone. And Chief Minister na a public officer. Chief Minister in self, I be Togo. Chief Minister forward to me the message we received from Salu, where claims say they bribe him $1.5 million into his EcoBank account. So as an anti-corruption person, because of course everybody knows me like for be proactive, I don't want to wait until. So I called him and said, Salu, if you get this thing where you don't get them, I know say right now you self the investigator, I know they interfere with the investigation. But can you just give us a lead, something which can help us to get down to this? Because I tell and say people then they claim say we know they do nothing about the current administration. So when you go out with this thing, you don't provide us the evidence from where we self able look into the issue. It will look like it will continue for solidify the fact that we don't want to do anything about the current regime. So forward it to us. And he was very argumentative. He was, in fact, they go all over the place. No, go. The last time I be forward evidence at ACC. And I told him, okay, if you be forward information at ACC, take a try with me. Provide the evidence which shows, say, then put $1.5 million in the chief minister's account and see what we'll do about it. In fact, it become more argumentative and he just put up the phone. He refused to provide any lead. I'd ask and say, you see now in personal account. Can you just give me the account number so I can send me operative there for go look into him? He refused to do it. So, and he put off the phone. So that was a conversation I had with him. And indeed, when I come back from Togo, immediately I contact EcoBank and said, okay, provide to me information on anything that has to do with the chief minister with your bank. So it does not necessarily have to be his account if he has anything with his account. Yesterday morning, I speak with the head of EcoBank, and indeed he tell me, say, just forward your usual notices to us. We'll provide the clarification. And then forward clarifications to me. And as I speak with you, I'm looking at the clarification right here, and it says that Professor James Francis has an EcoBank Sierra Leone Cash Express prepaid account issued to him by the bank in August 2019. The EcoBank prepaid card, which is dominated only in news, can be issued by bank to both EcoBank account and non-account holders after proper identification. Please note that since this prepaid card was issued to Prof. David J. Francis, he has neither loaded the said prepaid card cash, nor does it have any balance on it. Professor David Francis does not maintain any account with the bank. So basically,
so Mr. Kelfala, you say you been asked Salute Tijanjalo for provide evidence then to the commission for let una go do una own work with for investigate. But this text message where you say the chief minister forward to you, any word they will get for do with allegation where the gentleman say they investigate?
No, clearly an allegation. I mean, clearly it's an allegation. Okay, it's not like he's saying that. But I think so the chief minister, when he received him, he himself, as somebody who cares about his reputation, wanted to know what is this about. So he knows that the ACC has the ability and the powers to quickly look into these issues and come out information, not just for him, but for the public. So he forwarded it to me and asked me to look into it, not because he wanted me to get back to him in secret. He wanted me as the person in charge of the fight against corruption to look into it. He did not give me
asking you for look into RAM. It be make any mention of whether or not he want for respond to the clarification first where the journalist want?
The clarification where the journalist want now don't need to issue. I have a letter signed by the head of compliance at EcoBank, which says that the professor does not maintain an account with EcoBank. So I don't know what he wants, and this is what I wanted to do for him. I could have helped him get to the bottom of this because he's an informant. But because he resisted that and he clearly, maybe he misjudged my intentions or he just was suspicious because of his previous experience, but he clearly did not handle the issue properly. And then, of course, later I say he has been arrested because I clearly I don't have jurisdiction over blackmail. So we don't get jurisdiction over blackmail. So if, for example, the chief minister felt that this was the kind of blackmail or extension as I saw in the various things that are happening on social media, then he had to refer it to the CID. They have jurisdiction over those issues. Me, now only corruption I get jurisdiction over, and I had to limit myself to that. And that is what I have done. We have got
points been disclosed to you why you feel comfortable with the Anti-Corruption Commission for investigate this instead of replying to the journalists where they ask for the clearance?
Say again.
The chief minister at any point be discussed with you why they feel comfortable for let the Anti-Corruption Commission instead investigate this issue instead of in responding to the clarification where the journalists be want?
The chief minister is not a lawyer. The chief minister saw an attack on his reputation. Whether now that attack was justified or not, it left to how in perceive him. That is
how the clarification be an attack on the chief minister?
Now, I am not saying that it's supposed to be an attack on him, but maybe that's how he saw it, and he was afraid that if he go out that way, they go fight. He too wanted to know what is this. Sometimes they were posting money they go to people their account, they don't even know that money has gone into their account. So he too wanted to know what is happening. Can you look into this too? Because we get the ability for looking it around quickly. For get access to information when it comes to investigation at this country, we are the fastest.
So they look into them now?
They look into it.
They further the investigation?
Say again?
The commission, they further the investigation?
Yes, of course. The commission, we don't already get a confirmation from EcoBank there is no such account. So we will still encourage Salu for come to me. Let it not even come to anybody in the commission. Let it come to me and show me what will be the basis of this claim he get, where it be the seek clarification on. I can provide that for him. He does not have to go to chief minister. In fact, he endangered
we talk about press freedom now. How the journalists for feel free for doing work where you want in the investigate independent story, you they ask them for go meet you as in they do in your independent story.
No. Listen, I am not interfering with his in journalism. I am talking about evidence here. Even risky for many people that get corruption investigation, they not try for come to we because we get the professionalism for handle them. Sometimes they go need witness protection. Sometimes they go need certain guidance on how to go about them. Waiting be one and for many people then feel free. Let them believe in the anti-corruption commission. Let them feel free for come to we. Whether not journalists, whether not civil society, whether not just ordinary citizens, come to us. We are not here doing anybody's bidding. We are the people of Sierra Leone with the serve. If you get something and you need more clarification on them, sometimes come to we. We'll make it available to you. And a lot of people that they don't take a try with that to me, they don't come and we have worked together and gone to the bottom of things. Whether or not it leads to prosecution or not depends on the quality of the evidence, but we'll always work on it. Just like I don't tell you. Between that last Thursday where I talked to Saliu, Monday na be holiday. By yesterday, we had already gone to EcoBank and gotten our answer with us. So if citizens that believe say this kind of institution able to do this, let them take their trial with it. So I don't interfere with Saliu in journalism. I don't interfere with his ability to seek clarification. He has every right to do it. I don't think that should be blocked by anybody. But just that kind of statement, the way they make na radio say, believe ACC creating this kind of conspiracy theory, I think say it's not good. It's not good for the reputation of institutions. The same way how the journalists them, they protect their own reputation. The same way that they protect their profession, trying to make it like the panacea for social development. Now, so they forget respect for institutions like the ACC. When you go and make reckless statements that they na radio, you impugn a very important institution of state. I think they won't ask them within an STU. They're not going to encourage them. You should bring it to their attention. So this is why I'm making this clarification, and I think I don't clearly make it on this issue. Anybody who need further clarification on that, can still come with the ACC. We are ready to provide everything we can. Okay.
All right, so finally, we wrap up the interview now. Francis Ben Kelfala, in case Sal, you're not really ready for work with the commission for provide any evidence, but you want to continue with the issue. Waiting for happen.
We can compel Saliu for come to ACC for get clarification. But I don't think say we therefore need that once the bank don't tell we say there's nothing really to go after. As far
all right, we'll continue to look at this issue
really
as
genuine,
the story they continue for expand. We will continue for bring more people and where we think say the story go lead with, so forget a clarification as we will continue with the program Good Morning Salone. That's not been Francis Ben Kelfala when the ACC commissioner be the talk na that interview there.
All right, so they come back na studio as we get with two studio guests them. Thomas Dixon, we na senior editor na the Times newspaper, and Abubakar Joseph from the Strategic Communications Unit and the Ministry of Information and Communication. Like I'm to you, Thomas Dixon. Listening to the Anti-Corruption Commissioner Francis Ben Kaifala, it ask say Saliu for go na the ACC, give them some of the evidence them way he say he get. As a journalist, where you they practice, you get your source. According to the profession, if you protect your source and some of the things that we get, you think say the ACC really get the right for ask Saliu for give them the evidence where he get?
ACC is an institution where they for investigate corruption at this country, and I believe say over the years research don't produce say 60% of the cases that we ACC they prosecute, they can get the lead from the media, from newspapers, from radio stations across the country, and can get them tip and lead in there. But I know are we at any time, any ACC commissioner call a journalist and ask her, we don't publish something will lead to a corruption, either an arrest or will lead to an investigation, and ask the journalist say, for carry the evidence to them. As you rightly say, we get an obligation to resource. We get an obligation for. Sometimes you get documents as a journalist. You source data, you say this is for just publish this document. The ACC should be able to use your publication as a tip. And I see the call, your interpretation about the call way Francis Ben Kefala call Salti, trying to woo in into giving evidence to the ACC. I see him as an attempt for intimidate Salti the more.
And now he say
he's an ACC commissioner, and if you're an ACC commissioner, you shouldn't engage in that. You should be very careful in telling the journalist, "Come with evidence to me." The journalist can investigate in case. Sometimes we don't investigate cases that would only to prosecution, but one day not call journalists we don't publish a paper for canceling up in a witness box.
So now the ACC.
Then not one day call the journalists we don't talk in a radio station, investigate so much for cam. We don't get so many cases that would only to prosecution, not only in Sierra Leone, in the world.
So now the ACC commissioner don't say if Salty no go with the evidence them way go help them say for investigate into this alleged corruption case, then go compel them for come give them the evidence.
Well,
and we talk about press freedom here.
I think
What
say
this
I
mean
think say
for press freedom?
the ACC commissioner they assume too much power, and for compel a journalist for can't give investigation when in fact the journalist not publish it, when in fact the journalist they seek clarification. At least the advice for me don't give the chief minister now for please Mr. Chief Minister respond to the journalist say not to true. We go do your investigation undercover. But not for you for call the journalist and begin for ask and say couch evidence now. It's not good.
Thomas Dixon, continue for the week at the studio. Let's just quickly bring Abubakar Joseph from the Strategic Communications Unit. And before we listen to the Commissioner and ACC earlier, we've been listening to Saluti Janjalo, we na gets in issue, and it been explain the manner in which the arrest be made, the day we then go for go take them. Now we talk about press freedom, assessing some state institutions them and how then they apply some of them functions them in this Salty in case. You don't talk about how the president so believe in press freedom. That they translate now some of the institutions here where they in charge.
Well, first of all, Salty you know it get for do with in and the police. Chief Minister no ever ask police for arrest or arrest anybody because Chief Minister na a law-abiding citizen.
But
right, so no, let me come, please.
But
please.
You call and complain a case of harassment and extortion.
I mean, she don't get all the time now this world for talk. All men don't talk. Let me say talk like really.
Let
the public no. But if you continue for interject, you never give me chance for talk. Yeah, and they make something very clear now.
Calm down.
If no, I'm not saying shadow. Yeah, I'm very calm. If you feel say police don't go all person, the police get media people them. You understand? When I talk to the police, let them tell you why they arrest Salu Tijanjalo. But the chief minister never gave instructions to anybody for arrest Salu. Law make that very clear.
But
so make a
clear say a call.
Call with that.
A call CID for do the same thing way you do to Francis.
No, but inside even impress you that he make a report. I don't talk about it earlier. You understand?
So whose message that the send where you call a CID for say so person send me message and you indicate say the person that harass you.
No, listen, let me come. Let me make me point now if you know really try for listen to me, yeah? This whole thing start I get Salty in Friday edition, yeah? Now, look this bottom right corner, waiting right there. Chief Minister and EcoBank on the spotlight. This don't tell you say he don't already waiting in fish don't happen. He already believe him. He don't put this here for wet public appetite. This thing they said on social media, followed later by the fake content, where clearly now a complete fabrication, you know, no basis.
The newspaper didn't get content or not just the headline we read.
It was a stop press.
This whole thing originated here. Stop press. Listen.
It gets content of the story or not just the headline.
I am talking about the content we can later on at the social media after we this don't come up. This nine precipitates the whole thing. You understand me? Me don't be. This man she done and she not pass her far at this profession. Me not be editor, newspaper editor. I know waiting at stop press. When you dey put stop press, you already don't investigate something. You don't get some clue. You don't get some evidence of what you think. That is why they try for just make it. And most times, journalists and they misuse stop press. Stop press basically they generate interest in waiting there for cap. But then they use this and I make if the chief minister he get right for come to the conclusion say this is a harassment, this is not extortion. Me and media man, Salty know me very well. I know him very well. The issue where they talk about where he bring me them guys they talk with him. This I'm on here. I know I'm for talk certain things. We know each other very well. Right. When me they talk say politicians they use journalists, and they talk with facts.
Politicians never use you.
Understand?
Politicians never use you.
Certain journalists, yeah. Now the point at issue here is when you talk about press freedom, yeah, this government don't can now almost at the end for repeal the criminal libel law.
Let we come back to the issue we get for do with the Chief Minister and Saliu Tijanjalo, the area of the text message. Saliu sent a text message to the Chief Minister for clarification. The Chief Minister see the message, he not clarify with the journalist, he call CID and ACCC, then they harass him and also make a case of extortion. Why the Chief Minister not be done revert to the journalist and respond to the message?
Make I tell you why. Because this story is not got no basis, now complete fabrication, and the intention of for damage the integrity and the image, the reputation of the Chief Minister.
Now you come to that conclusion.
Ecobank don't state very clearly. If you the talk say somebody get money can have somebody in account. First of all, you get for establish that person get accounts at that place. If you don't even know say the person get accounts there, then go tell you say he get accounts there. Then you they go confront or that kind of thing they say you receive this kind of money in your account. No.
So the best practice if not
I don't show you in newspaper where he already puts a stop press for that same Friday. Where so clearly say this whole thing is premeditated, the motive now for just get at the Chief Minister. I don't lay the basis now before now.
Alright, as you don't see don't lay the basis. If you be don't use the stop press, does that mean enough for ask anything again but
I'm not trying to say enough for ask.
But you say it be only don't meditate and that make it put on a stop press. So now that make it be one further clarification.
And when you consider the further clarification party where you know say nothing not inside the winner too.
Why you say nothing not inside the winner?
Because it don't show very clearly, and this is not the first time. How you sure?
Yeah.
SMI anyway call SMI don't pull press release yesterday. Say they never get any tea with Professor Francis. Ecobank where talk say the Chief Minister get bank account. Ecobank don't say that.
So why you believe them people and they over the journalists?
I am coming. If you are a journalist, now journalist work you want for do. You they get some facts, but wait you they talk before you they confront somebody.
So you
that is what you do as a
quickly.
What is not show?
Quickly, Mr. Sise.
Whose factor they inside this?
Quickly,
absolutely nothing. Now just fabrication, and the intention now for destroy the money image because some people they use them for get at the man because of waiting the future say the man don't do the way not correct. That is all.
Quickly. So you said evidence for that for saying that people they use them.
Maybe. I'm on air.
Yeah, na air you talk.
I know Saliu Tijanjalo very well. We know each other very well over the years. I don't want for talk Saturday now. Please, let's sleep in dog's life.
Right.
When me they tell you say politician they use somebody, and they talk for the point of view of empirical evidence. Yeah. So,
but the fact that you mentioned that will make people more interested for let you talk. Waiting at this thing where you feel say people they use Saliu as you assume say for do certain thing.
But we know say APC the number one enemy. Now Professor Francis from the GTT report, they don't express them all kind way. They don't express that one day. You understand me? And when you look at any kind of allegation there, you see say this. There is not an iota, not a modicum of evidence. Clearly, waiting the kind of minor fabrication. Now, like when me boy sit down and they talk say, where the ACC commissioner they talk say for them and bring evidence. But what is wrong? If you make allegation against somebody, what you want for let you produce? And as a journalist, now evidence now all you work. That is what the professionalism is about. You fact check until you get exactly the right information you put out. Yeah. So if you really get that information, they will bother on corruption, the ACC they investigate corruption. The professor he reports the matter. Always make a report and let them get to the bottom of the issue and let the facts come to the public.
Continue for David.
The arrest of Saliu, the Chief Minister don't know nothing but I don't get anything but if you want to know, talk to the police. We believe in press freedom. That's why we are repealing the criminal libel law. That is why we are giving support to Slash.
Alright, continue for the between at the studio, Abubakar Josise. We'll come back to now. We're quickly gonna call to someone High Court Judge, Justice Bintu Al-Hadi. Don't free the first Master and Registrar at the Salone Judiciary, Stephen Yaya Mansari, because he said the Anti-Corruption Commission, then prosecution team not been get better evidence for sure say Stephen Yaya Mansari we na the first accused person na this case be mixed and corrupt practice where even work na the Salone Judiciary. Elizabeth Campbell gets more on this and go reports.
The first accused person, first Master and Registrar at the High Court of Salone, Stephen Yaya Mansari. The second accused person, Accountant Clerk of the Judiciary of Sierra Leone, Adele Faya. The third accused person, Abubakar Bangura, revenue officer, and the fourth accused person, Aisatu Ulaikatu K. Kamara, revenue officer, been etima before Magistrate Bintu Haladi, na the High Court of Salone, been the stand trial before Justice Bintu Haladi, na the High Court of Salone. Between March 12 and March 20 this year na Freetown, they will misappropriate 60 million leones when a revenue for the National Revenue Authority as fine from sentence na the High Court of Salone. After where the judge don't look inside this corruption allegation case, he been free the first time master and registrar na the Salone High Court, Stephen Yaya Mansare, Tuesday, November 12, 2019, because he say the Anti-Corruption Commission and prosecution team no get better evidence for sure say Stephen Yaya Mansare, when are the first accused person in this case. The mixed pan corruption, the term where he be the work for the Salone judiciary. Justice Bintu Haladi been found the number 2, 3, and 4 accused people them guilty by this corruption case, and been find the second and third accused people them Adele Faya and Abubakar Bangura for pay 30 million leones to the National Revenue Authority by December 11 this year, or then go jail for 3 years. The same way so order the number 2, 3, and 4 accused people them for pay 55 million leones to the National Revenue Authority. The second accused person, Adele Faya, for pay 2 million leones. The third accused person, Abubakar Bangura, for pay 51 million leones. And the fourth accused person, Aisatu Ulaikatu K. Kamara, for pay 2 million leones. Then 4 people here been the stand trial at the High Court before Justice Bintu Haladi for conspiracy to commit a corruption offense contrary to Section 1281 of the ACC Act Number 12 of 2008, misappropriation of public revenue contrary to Section 36(1) of the ACC Act Number 12 of 2008. The lawyer wey been dey represent the state pan this case na the High Court na lawyer VT Biaindoma, and the lawyer wey been dey represent the first accused, Stephen Yaya Mansare, na SMCC, and the lawyer them wey been dey represent the number 2, 3, and 4 people them na JM Dauda, E.T. Kuroma, and FK Gaba. For Radio Democracy, Mina Elizabeth Campbell dey reports.
We continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We'll continue for look at more issues then we get for do with the arrest of the managing editor for the Times newspaper, Saliu Tijanjalo. From where police be arrested on Monday, plenty people and organization them don't they raise concern for second arrest. One part of the organization there na the Campaign for Human Rights International Chadi. Outside the executive director Abdul Fatoma talk about waiting press freedom mean inside this interview to Yeno Kabia.
We're a human rights organization. We're concerned greatly about the arrest of the journalists, in connection with in what way they do for try for investigate grave allegation of corruption, within the government of Sierra Leone senior official. In arrest, really undermine the freedom of expression and the freedom of press. So when it comes to that, we organization, get a great concern and we get a stake into that, because if they investigate an allegation according to further allegation, it seek for clarification for the side of the story of the senior government official, we're not the chief minister, not this country. Waiting we see that they arrest her night and then put her in detention, then they investigate the matter. I don't think that is correct.
Our organization, they talk for human rights business in the country. So who's concerned where UNA gets for this case?
Well, the concern that say arresting people arbitrarily, detaining them unlawfully, now a huge concern, now a human rights violation. Now that make we get stake into the issue and we condemn her outrightly. If the minister think that say enough for answer to clarification or the clarification offender, we get a court of law and a need for channel in complaint or in grievance through the court system of this country. This country is a constitutional republic, and we expect much from government officials, and we for set a brighter example for law, respect law and order in this country.
Since they arrest the journalists, una don't go the law, una get inside of the story, which actually fair.
Restriction there, to some level for see the journalists. Definitely now in order to talk much because the matter they under investigation for any further implication. But the confirmation from the Australian police saying because of exchange of text between the chief minister and this journalist.
In name na Abdul Fatoma and in na the executive director for Campaign for Human Rights International Chadi. If they talk to Kabia inside that interview, they within a organization think about the arrest where police be arrest. The managing editor for the Times newspaper, Saliu Tijanjalo. We they continue the program and we come back in our studio and we they talk to we studio guest them. They come to you, Thomas Dixon. You don't listen to the different arguments them and self the civil society man we talk inside that interview day in self raise concern about press freedom and the free will where journalists then get for practice them profession.
I want to make it clear, I say we profession as journalists now, it get to do with the whole issue of verification. If you really talk about establishing truth, you get for verify. And in verifying, you get for ask questions. Waiting Salute Janja Loduna simply not for ask questions. We're not tantamount to blackmail. We're not tantamount to extortion. We're not tantamount to harassment. Now for just simple ask a question, now the man they go about the process of practicing in craft. And if they go about in process of practicing in craft, now for ask question, we professional we get for do it a lot of questioning. So if the man asks you a question, instead of responding to the man, you say you go to ACC, you go to police, you are dodging the man in question. Probably you feel comfortable with ACC because it's a state institution. Probably you feel comfortable with the police because it's a state institution. In case of anything and find out there will be a cover-up.
So this act make you think, say, the chief minister maybe get anything for hide?
Well, if you not get nothing for it, what you write, you press release, all these words you write, extortion, harassment, you could have simply said those things in your press release to the journalist. That is not the case. What you are investigating is totally out of order and not even get account. Now, EcoBank. Then if the journalists go about and publish now, then you know say these journalists aim at me. But the man simply asks you a question, you talk about a stop press. A stop press simply not get information. You not simply get information. We own profession who they do as I say now a profession we involve the science of verification. We get for call Mr. A, we get for call Mr. B, we get for call waiting Salty do now waiting any responsible journalist could do for cross check.
Just to say the chief minister, as soon as he received the text message, he called the Anti-Corruption Commission, CID, and make a case of harassment and extortion. And also himself published the text message and in press release where he pulled. Outside the issue of harassment come out, if a journalist send you text message say he wants for clarify certain issues them for balance in story before publication.
The issue of harassment come out from the fact that this is not the first time that can really happen to the chief minister.
But not from the journalist.
Let me come, please. At the come. Harassment, it no need for don't come out from you one. If people don't do one to me feel to say the same thing where don't they happy they continue. I don't need for establish who that you be. If they don't do one to me, they do one to me. You understand me? I get right for take action. Simple. That is harassment. So you understand? Now this nine clear now. Yeah. If you say you get information from somebody, first of all, investigative journalism is not time bound. You get all the time to yourself in the world for do a proper job as a journalist. Take your time, go to the bottom of everything.
Whose parts na the text message get harassment and extortion when in the chief minister reports the case na CID and ACC?
Anything, any information, like what she done here. You they accuse me of something where not get no basis. Nothing, not the way they connect to anything.
Accusation or clarification.
At the come. That's what you are. First of all, let me establish something here. You know they hide under allegation for say all sorts of people against thing against people. Oh. The law is against that. Let's understand this very clearly. Not to because they say allege. Mean to say you go use allege for call people names. For say all kinds of things about them which is not true.
The
you understand? We have a very gullible society. If you don't look at what happened now in the social media, if you don't go to an extent you they insinuate corruption by just that publication, that thing under there. You understand me? Chief Minister EcoBank on the spotlight. This man not even be don't talk to EcoBank for establish was whether this man get any banking transaction with them. He failed to do that. You understand? He failed for get any information concerning the chief minister with regards their particular transaction. Nothing was right. This now just mere fabrication. You understand me? Where you just use for get at the person, because when they start investigation as a journalist, you forget some amount of facts when they take for confront the person. Not to 100% allege, and they make very caustic allegations. Somebody to hinge on bribery, you they accuse the person them briber, and that is why the ACC demand report the matter to the, because the ACC and the police then get leverage for investigate corruption pass anybody in the country.
So just to say, with the wrap up the program now, we not get time. If the chief minister be respond to this clarification, where these journalists be they ask him, you think so for the reach to this stage where we do so now? If he been simply just respond, for example, where the request to this come out from they deny all the allegations. If he been simply just respond, so the journalists say the allegations are not true. For example, we for the reach here.
Me where she do ya? Question the way they ask me, if I not respond, I respond. You understand me? Not to crime now one day. No, let me come. Wait, fine. It is for the same general good that the chief minister reported to the. No, let me come. It is for the same general good that the chief minister reported to the ACC for investigation, so that the ACC will go to the bottom for really establish whether this corrupt action that they are accused of not true. So there is nothing wrong in that. He get right for respond and not for respond. He get right for ask that an institution where the law mandate for investigate corruption, investigate and bring the fact come out to the public, because he not get anything for hide.
The chief
so it's as simple as that.
The chief minister feel comfortable for talk to the head of the ACC and the criminal investigation department, but he not able for respond to the text to the journalist sent to him for clarification. You know, if you say that this particular act raise many eyebrow from the public.
You know, there is no eyebrow from the public. Okay. You understand me? What simply happen now? If me think say, what you they ask me so, that kind of thing not even they exist. I don't get any reason for respond to you. Right. You understand? So the public institution were responsible for investigate and bring the factor. Look, the chief minister don't go to the extent that tell you say, even in data protection. You understand? In however, for let everything come out, let the public know say he's not that type of person. He gets a reputation for protect, and therefore he not go allow anybody for this other reputation the way don't build over decades.
All right, thank you very much, Abubakar Jusise, from the Strategic Communications Unit under the Ministry of Information and Communication, and also Thomas Dixon, senior journalist and of course editor na the Salone Times newspaper. Well, now they end the program. Good Morning Salone for today on edition. Many thanks to all with Facebook viewer them. Una don't send on a text message. One for apologize. We not be get enough time na the program. We not read on a text message them. Michael Sambola and Alex Lawrence Coleman and them produce the program. DJ Ahmad give technical support. Moses Kavora and in team. And they make una watch we live now Facebook page. Mina Khadija Bangura they say have a nice day.
And Mabel Kaba they say goodbye.
So I'm stay tuned all that to get inside we Good Morning Salone program for this blessed Wednesday morning. We continue with more programs them out there, and as we get information, we'll always be and come up out there to you. And say good morning one more time to you, Kauta of Blessed Farouk, and special and again to go down to you first.